Hey guys, what's up? Ron here. Today here on Wildcat Legends, we're going to go to a more satirical side of our newscast. Today is the inauguration of the 46th President, Mr. Joe Biden, and due to the fact that politics often involves a lot of tension and debating, we decided to go to the more uplifting side of it and just have a little fun. So we've got 20 facts here that's just some crazy but interesting facts about some of the past presidents that we've had. So starting off with number 20, Richard Nixon was the first president to visit all 50 U.S. states and the first to visit China. He is also the only president to resign from the White House. Number 19, President Dwight D. Eisenhower was the only president to serve in both world wars. Number 18, we've had 6 presidents that were named James. James Madison, James Monroe, James Polk, James Buchanan, James Garfield, and James or Jimmy Carter. Number 17, Martin Van Buren was the first U.S. president to be born a U.S. citizen. All previous presidents were born British subjects. Number 16, John F. Kennedy's famous inaugural line, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country," echoes similar directives made by others, including Cicero, Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr., and President Warren G. Harding, who told the 1916 Republican Convention, "We must have a citizenship less concerned about what the government can do for it and more anxious about what it can do for the nation." Number 15. After President Bush Sr. vomited on the Japanese Prime Minister, a new word entered the Japanese language. Bushusuru means to do the Bush thing, or to publicly vomit. Number 14. President Grover Cleveland is the only president to be elected to 2 non-consecutive terms. He was our 22nd and our 24th president. 13. First President George Washington is the only president to be unanimously elected. He also refused his presidential salary, which was back then a whopping $25,000 a year. 12. Lincoln Logs are named after Abraham Lincoln and the log cabin that he was born. John Wright, the son of famous architect Francis Wright, was the one that invented them. Number 11. Presidents James Madison and Thomas Jefferson were once arrested together for taking a carriage ride in Vermont on the countryside on a Sunday, which back in those times violated the laws of the state of Vermont. Number 10. Speaking of Thomas Jefferson, he is the 3rd president and was the first one to be inaugurated in Washington, D.C. Number 9. Every member of Teddy Roosevelt's family owned a pair of stilts, including the First Lady. Number 8. The 3 best-known Western names in China are Jesus Christ, Elvis Presley, and Richard Nixon. Number 7. George Herbert Walker Bush, the 41st president and father of George W. Bush, is the only president with 4 names. Number 6 is a little bit of a conspiracy. Abraham Lincoln was the first president to ever be photographed at his inauguration. In the photo, he is standing near his future assassin, John Wilkes Booth. Number 5. Warren G. Harding was obsessed with poker and once bet an entire set of priceless White House china, and he lost it. Number 4. Woodrow Wilson would paint his golf balls black during the winter so that he could continue playing in the snow. Number 3. Thomas Jefferson was convinced that if he soaked his feet in a bucket of cold water every day, he'd never get a cold. Number 2. George Washington didn't have enough money to get to his own inauguration, so he had to borrow $600 from his neighbor. And number 1, what I believe is the most interesting fact, James Garfield could write Latin with one hand and Greek with the other hand simultaneously. That is an incredible feat of humanity right there. Thank you for tuning in to this little comical side of Wildcat Legends. We'll see you in the next one.